Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elmo. If you're new here, sup. Today we're doing the end of year book tag. As far as I know, I haven't been tagged in this by anyone. I'm just doing it. And if you would like to do this tag as well, take this as an open invitation to do so. The first question of this tag: are there any books this year that you started and still need to finish? Well, I have a habit of starting books and not finishing them. There's a video or two on this channel of me reading my abandoned books, that's what I call them. I have a long list of abandoned books that kind of plague my mind. There's quite a few from this year. I've got The Pages by Hugo Hamilton, Horns by Joe Hill, How to Kill Your Family by Bella Mackie, Glimpse of the Unknown by Mike Ashley, Norwegian Wood, Song of Achilles, Pride and Prejudice, Lord of the Flies, Discomfort of Evening, To Kill a Mockingbird. All of them I started with the intention of finishing them and then didn't. The only ones I realistically see myself finishing this year are The Pages by Hugo Hamilton, which I'm about halfway through. I started this in July last year and I've been making a massive effort to try and finish it recently, and I'm 40% through it. I did start filming an abandoned books vlog about this book because the intertext of it, the story is about a book as a character, which is a copy of Joseph Roth's Rebellion, which I haven't read, which is a book that survived, like the character, survived the Nazi book burnings. But this book is kind of split into four narratives. The narrative of the person who owns the book currently and her journey as like an artist in Berlin. The actual story within the book Rebellion by Joseph Roth, which you get a bunch of references to. The story of the book character in the past and its life on someone's bookshelf and its life avoiding being burned and stuff. And the story of the author of the character of the book. And I wonder why it's taken me so long to read it. It's not particularly complicated, other than like the massive complicated thing I've just explained to you. But I don't know if I like it. But I'm intent on finishing it, and I'm giving it a chance. And I can't say it sucks because that's probably rude, but it's a book. The other book I can see myself finishing this year is Glimpses of the Unknown. It is a collected short story, like horror short stories, collected and edited by Mike Ashley. I started reading this last month, didn't get very far into it. It's a fun time and it's a nice book. It's a good book. I'm always in the mood for a short story. I'm currently reading German Fantasia by Philippe Claudel, which I borrowed from the library. That's a wild time. So Glimpses of the Unknown and then The Pages are ones I could see myself finishing this year. Question 2. Do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? I imagine I should have done this tag sooner, given that it's an autumn question. It's officially winter. There's literally snow on that window. I did, however, borrow an audiobook of Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan, and it was a fun little 2-hour kind of transition in the mood for winter and Christmas and faith in humanity. So that was a fun time. A nice little short one, but decent story element, decent character. And it's my first Claire Keegan book, which is wild because I have Foster and I haven't read it. But I know what to expect now, which is great. Small Things Like These was my kind of transitional book into winter, which was fun. Question 3, is there a new release that you're still waiting for? No. There are no new releases this year that I'm waiting on. I have the ones I wanted this year. There is one next year, which is the Sunrise on the Reaping, the new Hunger Games prequel, sequel, whatever. So I'm waiting on that, but that's not this year. Everything this year is done. And also I'm doing a Read What You Own challenge, so there will likely not be many new books in. I'm not saying there's going to be none because that seems too optimistic, but there won't be a lot. What is this? Question 4? Why did I not number these? Question 4. What are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? I mean, if I can finish The Pages and get rid of it, that would be perfect. I would love to finish Mockingjay. I started Mockingjay this week and Mockingjay I'd really like to finish this year, so I'm all prepped and hyped for the new one to come. I would love to just like focus on Mockingjay and finish it and get it done. One other book, I started Horns by Joe Hill last year and 30 pages I got into it. I mean, we know I don't read long books, so it was intimidating picking it up, but it's an interesting story and like it's not looking good that I'll finish it this year. That's fine. However, who doesn't like a Krampus adjacent story at the end of the year. Bit of Satanism, bit of hellish. What even is it? Like hellish influence. So I'll be reading this when Oh Holy Night plays, I guess. Horns, I do want to finish it. Probably won't be this year, but I would like to. But you go. Question 5. Is there a book that you think could still shock you and become your favourite of the year? Absolutely not. Realistically, no. I started this year off with some absolute bangers. I read Station 11, The Yellow Wallpaper, Circe, Strong Female Character, the first Hunger Games book. Those were all in the first like 3 months of the year and they were all 5-star reads. Realistically, I do not see any other book getting in that gang, so no. The Odyssey might make it into the 5-star reads club, but I don't see myself finishing it this year. Mockingjay is fun, but not as fun as the first book so far, and I definitely don't see it beating Station 11 because I cried so many times reading that book, and I now have my own copy. Look, there was a special 10-year anniversary printing, and it's actually got like the Station 11 comic panels on the in pages. Obsessed. I can crack this open next year and mark it with tear stains, so that's really fun. I really do love this book very, very much, and I'm glad that I have my own copy of it now. Oh, it's signed as well, by the way. It's signed in hot pink pen. Obsessed. Obsessed. Well, let's go to the next question because I can continue my point. Question 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Have you started making reading plans for 2025? Yeah, of course I have. I'm a chronic, anxious, over-planning, procrastinating person. Of course I have plans for 2025. I won't go into detail because it'll be its own video that you can watch out for. I can't remember which side it'll be on, but it'll be on the side once I make it in the new year. I have a couple of plans for rereads. For example, Station 11, I can finally get my dirty mitts on my nice, pristine new copy. Fahrenheit, I plan to read. I do need to get my annotated copy back so I can fuck it up even more, because the 2 copies I currently have are my fresh, pristine paperback and my ancient paperback, and neither of those I want to mar with pencil, pen, highlighter or anything else, so I'm gonna have to bribe the person who has my copy to get it back, which I do have plans to do, so it's looking good. Some other things, I'm planning on maybe doing a buddy read or 2. Camp Zero, I'm hoping to buddy read with a few people. I have a couple of fun little projects for next year that I am thinking through and planning out, but there are a few books I plan to read for that. But I have 2 projects actually. I forgot about the first one. I have 2 projects that I'll be doing like select reading for, so you'll have to see if you can work out what those are, or you'll just see them when they happen, because I feel like one of them will happen sooner than the other one, so you'll see. Yes, I have plans. I have plans for 2025. I'm doing the Read What You Own challenge in 2025. It has started now. I've read more library books than owned books this month, which, like, great. I did want to read more library books this year, so I've done well. A third of my reading has been borrowed books, which is great. But the goal is to read these and get rid of some. I love my library. I love using my library resources. I love helping them stay afloat by using their resources to show they're needed, but I do need to read some of my own books. So that's a plan for 2025. And that's it. That's this video done. What? Wow, so speedy. I don't really have any news for you. It's November, about to be December. I am extremely busy, which is why I'm not reading as much and I'm not doing this stuff as much. I have plans for next year, which I hope to start off strong with, but we'll have to see because I'm busy the whole of December. It's a violation, to be honest. So hopefully January will be a vibe and we can do some fun things in January. And I have plans. I have like 5 videos planned for like the end year transfer, so you've got some stuff in store, so don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I think that's it. That's all. I have no news. So let me know if you have some. Do you have news? How's your reading going? How's your reading year been? What have been your favourite books of the year? Top 3. You're not allowed to choose any more or any less. If you've only read one book, just make something up. What's been your top 3 reads of the year? And that's pretty much it. So I will see you when I see ya. See ya. I own too many books. Oh my god, I have so many books.